A lot of people think that e-collar training is only for bad dogs, dogs who are really not behaving and that are lots of trouble. But the truth is, e-collar training is great for all dogs in my experience. Even the one that gets, I think that slips by people, it's insecure dogs, dogs who are anxious and nervous of the world around them. E-collar training, or training in general, tends to make that dog more confident, because the insecurity comes from not understanding the world around them. And Huck, my friend Huck here, definitely has a good amount of insecurity of the world around him, and that's why we're using this training to help show him what to do in all sorts of situations to build confidence. So we're gonna see this guy get more and more confident as the days go on. For example, like scared to go up and down stairs, scared to walk down the streets with all the noises, all this stuff, just nervous. What we can do is we can teach the dog a command, like heel, something that they understand, hold them accountable for staying in heel, even if they're nervous of the things around them, and it gives us a chance to expose the dog to the things that they think are terrifying, and then they realize, usually after about a couple times seeing these things, whatever it may be, that it's not gonna harm them, and then they become comfortable around it and then confident around it. So we're off to do some of that downtown right now. Heel. So as you guys can see, using proper training can help expose your dog to situations that they might be a little nervous of in a way that promotes confidence and calmness. So that's what we're doing for Huck. Setting rules. Did you know you could set rules? Any rule you want. Once your dog understands the word no and a consequence on the e-collar. You can literally create any rule you want. So one rule I just created with Huck was he's not allowed to put his nose to the ground and try to pick up things in his mouth when we're on the walk. So now that he knows no, and he knows what it means via e-collar pressure, as soon as he goes to do this thing, like pick something up off the ground, I can simply say no, correct on the e-collar, and I just established a new rule. Now, in order for it to work, we have to stay consistent. But if we are, we see that behavior go away completely. And we can do this for all sorts of things, jumping on counters, jumping on people, pulling on the leash, digging holes. It's pretty remarkable what we can do. We can get creative and create some rules. So go ahead and start that today, guys. Find something that your dog's doing that is really getting to you, and then say, let me create a rule around that to stop it forever. For example, I had a client the other day. The dog didn't know any commands, but they really needed help keeping the dog from charging the door when guests came over. So what did we do? We presented the trigger of the guest coming over. As soon as the dog started charging the door, we said no, and we corrected. And then what the dog learned after a few reps was, don't charge the door when guests come over. Instead, he chose to go relax with a little direction in the other room. So teaching no on the e-collar opens up a whole world of possibilities for rules that we can set with our dogs, boundaries that we can set, so life can be easier for us.